As the autumn breeze begins to cool the air, Mexico prepares for one of its most colorful and heartful celebrations, Día de Muertos or Day of the Dead. Far from being a somber event, this vibrant tradition is a joyful, spiritual homecoming for the souls of the loved ones who have passed away. From October 27th to November 2nd, homes, cemeteries, and public spaces come alive with vivid orange marigolds, flickering candles, sugar skulls, incense, and offerings of delicious food, all meant to guide and welcome the spirits. But Día de Muertos is more than just a festival. It's a deep cultural legacy that blends Mesoamerican and Catholic traditions with echoes that stretch across the globe. This is Juan from Meeting with Carmen Food Tours, and today I'm gonna take you in a journey into the rich origins, evolving customs, and the global similarities of this extraordinary celebration of life and death. Long before Spanish colonization, many Mesoamerican civilizations, including the Aztecs, Mayas, Purépechas, and Totonacas, viewed death not as a final end, but as part of a cosmic life-death cycle. They conducted elaborate burial rituals and spiritual ceremonies to honor the deceased. In many societies, burials included personal objects, tools, and food to assist the deceased in navigating the underworld. Bodies were sometimes wrapped or bundled in mats called petates or textiles, and in some traditions, a dog, often a xoloscuincle, was believed to serve as a spirit guide or companion on the journey to the other world. After Spanish colonialism took hold in the 16th century, indigenous rituals surrounding death and the ancestral dead were syncretized with Catholic observances such as All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day, which were reinterpreted and merged with local customs to form what eventually became Día de Muertos. Over the centuries, Día de Muertos has continued to grow, adopting new customs while preserving its spiritual heart. The best-known days are November 1st, dedicated to children and youth, and November 2nd, dedicated to adults. In recent decades, however, many communities and families have expanded the calendar with additional observances. October 27 is now often set aside for beloved pets. October 28th is dedicated to people who died tragically. October 29 is for those who drowned. October 30 is for forgotten and unclaimed souls. And October 31st is for unborn and unbaptized children. These practices are not standardized across Mexico and are considered more a modern regional innovations. However, they highlight the wide spectrum of remembrance that this tradition encompasses. Families build colorful altars called ofrendas with cempasúchil, marigolds, papel picado, sugar skulls, pan de muerto, candles, copal incense, and the favorite food and drinks of the deceased. In cemeteries, graves are cleaned, decorated, and sometimes altars are built directly on them. Paths of marigold petals and candles may stretch from homes to the cemetery, guiding souls safely back. In 2008, UNESCO recognized Día de Muertos as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity, honoring both its ancient roots and its evolving living expression across Mexico. While Día de Muertos and Halloween happen around the same time, their origins and meanings are different. Yet both celebrate the connection between the living and the dead. Halloween traces back to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, marking the end of the harvest and the thinning of the veil between worlds. Bonfires were lit, costumes were worn, and offerings were made to the gods. By the 8th century, the Catholic Church incorporated these traditions into All Saints' Day on November 1st and All Souls' Day on November 2nd, with the evening before becoming All Hallows' Eve, eventually shortened to Halloween. These same Catholic observances later merged with pre-Hispanic rituals in Mexico, giving rise to the modern Día de Muertos. Irish and Scottish immigrants brought Halloween to the US in the 19th century, where it evolved into the fun, spooky night of costumes, trick-or-treating, and pumpkin carving we all know and love today. Despite their differences, both celebrations share a magical element: the brief coming together of the living and the dead. The orange glow of carved pumpkins mirror the bright marigolds that guide spirits home, and costumes, decorations, and sweet treats add joy and creativity to the remembrance. It's a perfect example of how cultures transform the natural cycle of life and death into celebration. The spirit of remembering our ancestors transcends borders. There are many remarkable global traditions that echo the heart of Día de Muertos, including the Obon Festival in Japan, Phet Gede in Haiti, Pitru Paksha in India, Kei Jatra in Nepal, Famadihana in Madagascar, and the Ghost Festival in China, amongst others. Whether through altars, bonfires, dances, or food, cultures across the world remind us that death is not an end, but a passage, and memory is the bridge that keeps loved ones close. In Mexico, Día de Muertos is a living tradition, rich in symbolism and community spirit. And though it may differ in form, the essence of honoring our dead is something we all share. So next time you see marigolds or carved pumpkins, sugar skulls or ghost costumes, take a moment to reflect. Because beyond the costumes and the rituals lies something deeply human: the love that outlives death. This is Juan from Meeting with Carmen Food Tours, and Feliz Día de Muertos for you, my friends.